I got 3 videos in a row and I'm overwhelmed. I have to be careful and I have to go slow. Because when I get emotional like this, I get unguarded. When I get unguarded and defenseless, I say stupid. And you know what can happen. But I got to tell you, the problem is we've been suckered again. And I know I'm listening to the reports. The head of the snake is Iran. No, folks, the head of the snake is not Iran. The gentleman who gave Iran $6 billion purposely so they could fund Hamas and attack Israel and start this war, Joe Biden, he's not the head of the snake either. I know. It would be nice if it was so easy, wouldn't it? No. The head of the snake are the people that Israel is beholden to. That postage stamp of a country was started by a family known as Bauer previously, who changed their name to Rothschild. The bankers. The Balfour Declaration, go look it up. The promise was, get the Americans in World War I, and we will give you Israel in the Promised Land. You realize if we didn't get suckered into World War I, none of this crap would have happened. We had to go and rescue. Yeah, I'm talking about my pathology. If you watch my channel, you know me. You know that I'm a rescuer and I can't stop myself and I can't help myself. And as a result, I get predated upon by sociopath and sociopathic types, narcissists gone sociopathic. That happens. That's what happened this last time. You need to understand something. The pity party is the telltale sign of a sociopath. They will tell you that they need rescuing, basically. Help me! Help me! And while they have done this to you, yeah, that's right, to you, while they've asked you to rescue them, you become defenseless. And then they take advantage of you. Now, there was a nice video the other day by Dungannon, I think it's Liberty Finance. He's a good guy. No, I don't have any dog in that show. I don't make a cent off of any of his business, okay? He was interviewing a fellow named Rafi from Israel. I didn't get his full name, but he was in Israel. English was perfect, and he had a yarmulke. It looked like it was multicolored and looked like the beanie was off on the side, like a fashion statement, okay? And he basically spit out the truth. He said, the central banks control Israel. The central bank controls the United States of America. We all have our central banks. Oh, baby, except Iran. And I think North Korea. So, the head of the snake, it ain't Israel. The head of the snake started that illegal postage stamp of a country. Yes, it's illegal. It was started on a bunch of crimes. It was stolen. And what's going on there today is still a bunch of crimes. Rafi, the Jewish gentleman in Israel, had it right. We have one world government today. Yeah. Smart man. Smart gentleman. Yeah, and we got our Fed here, which actually may be the head of the snake. Or maybe the head of the snake is the Vatican Bank. Or maybe the head of the snake is in the city of London. which is a separate nation inside of London proper. Folks, they've hidden themselves and stretched themselves out. Who can do war with them? They got America as their bitch, as the enforcers. And you and I will step in to rescue anytime they scream for our help. Yeah, they've screamed for our help again. And my Jewish friend, who's really brilliant, she's got a sexy voice. She's smart, really smart. I told her what had happened. She said, I got to call my family in Israel. And what's she tell me first thing when she gets back? We all know that Hamas is under Israel's control. Talk about being suckered. Yeah. Other tips to give it away. The USS Liberty. Look, folks, the B-52 pilots at the end of the runways told us later on they had their engines all warmed up and they were idling. They had their orders. They were loaded with the big ones, the big bombs. One of the pilots told us his destination. Cairo, Egypt. They were going to start World War III then. Folks, they're intent upon starting World War III. They want to build this wall at the border to keep people out. Isn't that what they said about the Berlin Wall when they put it up? To keep people out. Once that wall is complete, folks, they're going to drop the button on us inside the country here. They don't want us getting out. You are living in the biggest concentration camp ever. Yeah, and you pay for your own electronic leash, which I'm talking into right now. And all that data gets mined. And they're going to be able to go in there for years and tell you what your sins were, what your crimes were. Oh, we're charging you for the one that happened 20 years ago, or whatever, 2 years ago. I mean, I'm over at Costco getting gas. And before pulling up, I said to myself, I got my precious baby in the bag. You know, my service animal, my emotional support animal. Okay, I'm emotional support for her too. You know, I don't know who trained up more, but I love her. I love my dog. And it's hard to get the air conditioning going really well. I'm going to take the car in and see if I can do something about it. But she's got to stay moving in this hot weather. Stay running. And I said, well, I was just going to cuss them out. I'm just going to go get my gas, and I'm not going to listen to them. I'm just going to put the gas in real fast and be gone, because it heats up real fast in that car. The guy told me you can't pump gas here unless your engine's off. And I told him, look, my dog's in the car. You know, it's a medical thing. I mean, well, yeah, it is. But I didn't say that probably. I don't know what I said for an excuse, but I said, my dog's back there. I want to, you know, she's got to stay cool. Cool. She's in a kennel in the back of the car. The car only generates air from the front dash. I got all the air directed right down the center of the car, right back to her. That's the deal with my last dog. Well, he was in a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, which had 4-way climate zone. So he had his own doggone air conditioner in the back, and it was always on maximum. I kept him cool. He was riding in a Porsche, buddy. Top of the line turbo. Anyway, I just told him, look, I'm just going to get my gas and go. I was going to blow him off. He went over and shut the pump off. At that moment, I decided to turn the key off. I got to get gas. I'm not going to get home. The tank was empty. I'm stuck way on the other side of town looking at another RV. And so then I yelled, okay, turn it on. I can't say the word here. Your prayers have been effective on the video, but I still cussed him. Don't you use profanity on me. The guy wasn't a small dude. He was a big dude. And he's telling me it's against the law to pump gas while the car's running. And I said, really? Yeah, I can show you the law. And I got my gas and I yelled over at him, is it really against the law Yeah. He says not only that, if they get caught, they lose their license to pump gas forever. Whoa! I feel safer already, don't you? And he got me the law, he got me the copy. Now, it didn't say that they lose their license forever on it, but who am I to know any better? Said it was by fire marshal's orders, and he pointed up at that little wicked eye camera up there, that black camera, and he said, all they have to do is to tap into that, see that the transaction's going on with the engine running. I guess they can tell the engine's running in that camera. And I guess the federal people can tap into all those cameras. They got total access. Oh, in case you're wondering, we have more cameras than China does. Yeah, you're free. I'm free. How many billion people in China? Ain't even a billion here. And we surpass them in the number of cameras because we're in the land of the free, home of the brave. No, you're not. You're in the land of the free, home of the slaves. I thanked him for giving me a copy of the law. I'll treat him respectfully and I'll follow it, but I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about the fact that maybe I'll get a ticket myself. You know, say, hey, you pumped gas with a car engine running a year and a half ago. So we're docking your bank account, because it's all going to be electronic. We're docking your bank account $500. That was the average speeding ticket in California when I went through there. Those people were pissed at me because I was doing the speed limit for the most part. I don't want a ticket, and I know what it's like. I lived in California for a while. I did my graduate work there, and I'd be going slower than everybody else, and the cop pulls me out. And I tell him, hey, how come me? Everybody else is going faster. He could pick out anybody he wanted. It's just your turn. I try to drive with the flow of traffic, knowing full well that it's safer. And he could pick me out and say, it's just your turn. We are oppressed. We need judges. My buddy says, hey, expect some female judges. Man, we got an attorney general in Florida. Now, I know I'm not supposed to say she's hot or anything like that. She is a really attractive woman. She is so young looking that I want to know, is she old enough to work and be an attorney general? She wrote a 2-page opinion. Beautiful mind. Okay, come on. I'm trying to redeem myself a little bit here. Please let me do that. Beautiful mind pointed out the contradictions in the Florida laws itself or in the federal law, whatever. That woman needs to be a Supreme Court justice. She thinks that well. Yeah, of course, I'd love a date with her, but I'm sure she's well married. I don't want to be paired off with an attorney, man. They fight too much. And remember, women don't fight fair to begin with. And you're going to marry an attorney? Woo, baby. The only thing worse than that is marrying another psychologist. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the worst pairing that can be. I know a lot of you think 2 medical doctors. Well, I like to tease. I teased my last medical doctor and told him he was getting married. He wasn't that young. I says, well, as long as she's not a medical doctor. Nurse busted up laughing. Busted. And I looked at him and I said, oh. What's her specialty? This guy's a urologist. He's marrying an anesthesiologist. She probably makes 6 times what he makes. He tells me anesthesiologist. And he literally told me to marry the sugar mama, the other psychologist that made twice as much money as I did. And I looked at him and I said, oh, sugar mama. Went by one time, he's upset. Why is he upset? Oh, my wife's not working. Go by later, it's like, I'm happy. Why? My wife's working. The guy's kind of funny, but he screwed me on the records. He told me to my face he was going to chart the truth on the chart, and he didn't do it. I don't trust any of these medical bastards. I got to write a complaint against him, and it's got to be detailed so it has to stick. So I'm going to write it because he cost me something along the lines of 150 grand. I mean, that would go a long ways to buying a really nice motorhome. These old vintage motorhomes that I want, when they're in cherry condition, they go for damn near twice as much money, and they're worth it, to be honest with you. You can't get anything made that well today. I've learned my lesson. I passed up on one, but I didn't have no 70 grand. They wanted 80 at the time. I love the woods in that coach. Now that I know better, I know it had the right floor plan for me, but it needed tires and batteries on it. It hadn't. Those are not good signs of good maintenance. Anyway, I will talk with you soon. What I want you to understand is that we're dealing with a sociopathic culture. We're dealing with a nation that is sociopathic, and they're on the string or on the whatever. They're beholding to their masters that created them to start off with. So I know a lot of you want me to say Israel's the head of the snake. No, it's not. No. The head of the snake are the same people that Yahshua turned the tables on, and within a week they had crucified him. The money changers. They still do that stuff to all of us. They hoodwink us all. They take advantage of us all. You go in to see the money changers, and believe me, it's going to cost you. I'm not saying it's not a fair deal, but you need to know more before you invest in that stuff. I still think that world peace requires, as Henry Kissinger says, Israel to disappear, cease being a country. I don't mind. I mean, we don't have to go after the Jewish people. I got some wonderful friends that give me tips. I share stuff with them. They share it with me. The way I read the Bible is that we lock arm in arm and go walking back to the promised land with them in the future. That exodus out of the north is so big that the exodus out of Egypt will never be spoken of again. That's right. My name is Dr. John Taylor Kent. I have a sickness. I rescue people. I do a better job taking care of them than I do of taking care of myself. I pay the price quite regularly. I'd like to say all the time, but I don't think that would be truthful. I'm getting better. I've got better boundaries as I get older. America, do you have any boundaries at all? I mean, you'll go kick ass and bomb the shit out of anybody on some damn phony news media BS. Another campaign of disinformation. They wage war by deception. They deceived our women from the get-go. They deceived Eve. Yeah. We men have to be men. Because we men, ain't we? I like that Romanian dude. I really like his... It's slick production. It's great. But we have to have respect. And if we're not given it, walk away. Respect isn't earned. And it's not given. It's commanded. Toughen up, boys. Become men. Get better boundaries. You got to be able to say to your wife, your woman, your partner, duck. She's got to duck. Because if she doesn't, her head might be coming off. She might be taking one. As you're telling her to duck and she wants to know why, bam, that's it. Her head is gone. Don't buy into the fear porn. I know I'm guilty of carrying that on a little bit here. Please forgive me. I'm just a man. I ain't no prophet. I just read the prophets. I just look at everything. I listen to other people. I cultivate the Holy Spirit as much as I can. You know, I'm a divine. I can't cuss. You've been praying for me. I'm not going to do it, but you know what I'd like to say? Up I mean, what can I say? It's the way we are. I certainly am not evil, though. What we're dealing with is evil. Sociopaths are pretty much evil. Now, believe me, if anybody could save them and was foolish enough to try to be, it'd be this fool. I'd be trying to save them. I'd be trying to help them out. Ain't gonna work. We gotta recognize our limits. Let's stop rescuing the world. Let's take care of our own inside of our own borders. Making the world safe for what? Democracy? Democracy? Are we a democracy? I think we're fascist, communistic, whatever. We're bad. Yeah, we're the people of the lie. We love to hear lies. We want smooth talk. Please lie to me some more. Tell me wonderful platitudes and things so I don't have to think for myself. I don't have to do any research or any reading at all on my own. So I don't have to have any responsibility. So I can stay an immature child. I miss the bad words. I like them. Okay? We need to grow up. We need to mature. America has to grow up. We need to throw off the yoke of the evil ones. We need to be rid of the snakes, the head of the snake. Come on, folks. It's all green. A friend of mine bought a Porsche. Green Mamba? I'm sorry. I wouldn't buy it. Yeah, I know it's a Porsche. I know it's a bright, brilliant color. I'm like, who the hell wants to drive that thing around? I mean, it's... Come on up here. Everybody wants to see you. Come on. Show yourself. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. She's getting sweeter with age, and she's also more discriminating. If she don't like you, there's something wrong, she lets me know. No, stop that chewing. She's real sweet. She got bigger. I can't wait to weigh her. I don't want her getting much bigger. I can barely carry her as it stands. She's doing better. I think she'll let me carry her, but she didn't like going in the pool very much. She's no water dog. Oh, heck. What am I doing without a water dog, you know? Yeah, I know. This is what I got instead. Kind of sweet. I got off subject quite a bit. America needs to stop rescuing. You're being suckered, lied to. You are the prize, not Iran, not Hamas, not saving Israel's ass. No. No. No teeth. Good girl. No, you used teeth. No teeth. She wasn't hurting me, but someday my skin's going to be thin. I got to have her stopping doing that now. Yeah, I guess I got thin skin, huh? Folks, stop trying to save the world. John, stop trying to save the world. My mom used to tell me when I was a little boy, stop trying to save the world. I guess I didn't listen to her very well. Family needed shoring up, and I was the scapegoat. It sucks. Do not like that position, especially when I read the textbooks and found my family in there once or twice. Couldn't find them again. I found it one time real firm, and I didn't mark it. I think I still got the book somewhere, but it was a little too much for me to face. Face the fact America is a rescuer. We're a bunch of suckers. They play us like a well-played fiddle. They don't care about us except America first. They first want to take down America. Then the world is their oyster. They got everything else made. The rest of the world laughs at us because they know that we are a joke. that we put up with stuff we should never put up with. And we won't fight for ourselves. We won't defend ourselves. I'm going to tell you not to take them on head on. Don't go shooting them up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yahweh does not bless rebellion. You've earned this sentence. You've shed innocent blood for how long? How many million? And how many illegals are really in the country? Probably one illegal for every baby aborted. Sorry. My God, was I naive when I was younger. And one of my former girlfriends told me, oh, I don't want to go into that. And I was supposed to love her for telling me the truth. I don't think she told me the truth. I don't believe her. It's not that I don't want to believe her. The months and the days just didn't add up. It didn't add up. And there was no way I could know or find out. I need you to read the Bible. I need you to do your own research. I need you to cultivate the Holy Spirit within you. It will be your self-defense. That ability to think, the ability to stay tuned in to Yahweh, Creator, Father, and for Him to tell you which way to go, what's the best choice, and to tap you on the shoulder and tell you, hold on a second, don't step off that curb. Wait, just wait. Okay, the car went by. It's safe now. Those little things, those are important. America's a sick country. We're manipulated all the time. We are occupied illegally by a foreign power. Actually, at this point, foreign powers. Yes. Your bar association is a foreign power. Those people in Congress, I think they're foreigners, honestly. I think this government is a foreign government. It's not ours. It's not organic. It's a corporate government. I think that would be incorporated under the King of England, who himself is incorporated underneath the Pope. Yeah, folks, you need to return to organic governments. Do it peacefully. They are going to fight you every step of the way. You have to learn how to put down proper boundaries and say no. Yes, if they try to take your life, defend yourself. Yahweh blesses self-defense. And don't worry, those legal donkeys are going to be waiting for you on the other side, and they're going to be ready to predate upon you because they don't represent us. We do not have a constitution. There's no common law. There isn't a single common law court that I know of in the United States of America. All of these British accreditation regency dudes, chicks, all these bar association people, as a friend of mine says, I wonder what they're going to do when we return to constitutional law. Because according to the 13th Amendment, which is the law of the land, they have no citizenship. They're not allowed to have any positions that they can earn a living from, or any positions in the government at all. That includes our Supreme Court. Have fun figuring out that one. Now that's a reset that I want. A return to self-rule. A revolution like our first one, in which we merely take the reins back. That's all. We vote and populate the organic governments that have laid vacant. Ask Patricia Reed in South Carolina. Ask Governor Kristi Noem. I think that would be quite a team. 2 women in the office of the presidency. I don't like it. But I know they're both honest, and I know Patricia Reed understands the structure and what's happened. I don't even understand that. It's too bad she didn't become a congresswoman. But then again, maybe she's being saved. for a higher calling. I'd put her in there. Don't put me in there. I'm too old at this point. I don't have the nervous strength for it. I don't have the emotional strength for it. And I don't like the fact that women really are ruled by their emotions all too often. So I don't want to do that either. But they're honest. They're young. One of them understands the limits of her power. The other one understands the phony structure of all of our governments in this country. We are not a republic. We're a corporate, something weird. Can you tell me what we should call this government besides predatory? Let's stop rescuing the world. Let's take care of our own. Let's enforce our borders. Let's get rid of these foreigners among us, especially the legal beagles, the Bar Association, and these corporate governments. I know you're going to be busy worshiping the beast. Yeah, and you're going to be busy. You want to run the illegals out. Great. And you want to save your children, which is very noble. But you need to understand something. They're always going to give you an evil choice. We have to do this for ourselves, folks. I don't know how we do that. Thomas Jefferson told us how to do it. Jones County in Mississippi set an example for us. I think Patricia Wheat tells us it has to be in our state governments. We got to take each one of those over first. There's a lot of work to be done. A lot of money to be made. Oh, shucks, I forgot there is no money. Yeah, a lot of money to be made again, minted up. Honest money, gold. Silver was proposed by Bernard Baruch. They can play with that to their heart's content. Gold is what keeps men honest and keeps the peace. Yahweh bless. This is number 87.